Hey everyone, good afternoon. How is everyone doing today? How was your week? Hope everyone had a great week. Today we have a couple of topics, good topics to talk about. But before I do, I want to show you or introduce to you my forum on Instagram and also my YouTube channel. Some of you or many of you have already subscribed and viewed my videos on YouTube. I thank you for your support. Please continue the support. I would like to get many more subscribers. It would be awesome to continue reaching out to the public with these messages that I bring to you every Monday and Friday. Um, so yeah, I will show you right now. Here we go. That's my forum, the hashtag, and then my YouTube right there. So please feel free to subscribe to my YouTube and use my forum on Instagram to send little videos of what you think about these messages that I am putting out to you on Mondays and Fridays. Thank you once again for your awesome support. I appreciate you all. Today, I want to talk about 2 points: patience and a season in our lives. First, I want to start with patience and how it can be good for us and how being impatient can be bad for us. Um, Being patient can be good because we know that with patience, it works at the right time of our lives. Because if we are patient and we get what we need or what we want at that right moment, then we know it's for us. But if we are impatient and then whatever it is that we want comes at the wrong time, then it's not going to be good for us because it just wasn't meant for us at that time, and everything it's not going to go our way. I know this for a fact because I too have been impatient for a lot of things, and it has come to me at certain times of my life, and it just wasn't the time, and it just blows up in my face. Um, so yeah, I encourage you all to just be patient. Know that God is there. Just ask Him, you know, to provide you what you need, and He will. Because I can tell you from personal experience that, you know, with my struggles, I've been struggling, but I know that God has always been there for me. So I that's really what I can say. I cannot deny that, um, and that's why I'm still working on my patience. I can tell you, for example, there was one day where I went to a restaurant, and I was with my fiance, and we were ordering something, and there was just one person in front of us, and even that person was there, I don't know, 10 minutes before us, and they still haven't gotten their order. And we have, excuse me, we have placed our order, and we didn't get our order till like 20 minutes later. And I'm telling you, the place was empty. There was no one there, no one there. And it was like starting to bother me, like why everyone was just like so sluggish. And it was just like looking like a whole bunch of snails behind the counter. It was just like their faces were so gloomy, like, oh, I want to get out of here. And then in my mind, I was getting impatient. I was just like, what is going on here? Of course, I didn't say anything to them because, I wanted my food intact. But my fiance was telling me, listen, just be patient. You never know why God is delaying things. And that's exactly what I wanted to get the point across. You know, a lot of times we become impatient, but we don't know and we don't understand why God is delaying certain things in our life. And we just have to stop and just think, you know what? I'm being a little impatient, but thank you, God, that at least you understand and you know why this is happening in this sort of way and why you are delaying things, because you know the right time for it. And with that, I brought together both being impatient and being patient. Now, excuse me, I want to bring in the topic of a season in our lives. Each one of us has a season in our lives for things. Um, for many of us, it can be relationships. Um, like for me, I waited so many years before I can finally be in a relationship that I can say a relationship, um, because it was just not happening for me. Every time I thought it wasn't, because I would ask God, I say, God, well, what's going on here? And he would just say, listen, you were rushing yourself. You know, you wanted to be in a relationship, you wanted to do stuff at the wrong time. And so it was always failing. And so finally, God said, listen, now is your season. Now this is when it's going to happen for you. And of course, 1 year ago, last week, 1 year ago last week, that's when it all began. And of course, I was praying and asking God, listen, is this my season? Is this when it's going to happen? And little by little, he was saying, yep, this is it. This is your season now. And I just went with it. And to the glory of God, you know, it's been a roller coaster of a ride, but let me tell you, I don't regret it. I'm loving every minute of my fiance, uh, being with her, and that's just God when He says this is your season. And that's just an example of many things. Because if you're waiting for a brand new car and what you're driving is a Datsun, let's say a Datsun, if any of you remember that car, or an old, I don't know, Corolla from the 1990s and it's already on its last breath, and you're wondering, when is God going to provide you? Don't worry. God is going to provide you with something greater than what you have. It just takes a little time because you need to have faith. And I know you'll probably say, but I have faith. I have faith. If you don't have what you want yet, then it's because your faith is not pure yet. You have to really rely on God and say, God, you know what? I'm going to rely on you and just wait for that moment. And when you wait for it and don't really expect it, that's when it happens. Because like me, I just stopped expecting things and just decided to wait on God. And that's how things began to slowly come into place for my life. And that's what you all can do. Just wait. Wait for that season. Because there's always, this is why in everywhere around the world there's seasons. There's the summer, spring, fall, and winter. Because there's changes. And in our lives there's changes. We have summer, spring, fall, and winter in our lives. That's why things happen in the order that they happen. So just remember that if tomorrow you don't get that car, you might get it next week. You might get it next month. but just wait for it. Just wait for that brand new house. Just wait for that apartment that you've been waiting for. You'll see. You will get it. Because, as I told you from my experience, I waited, as that song says by Casey and JoJo, all my life, I waited for someone like you. That's it. You just gotta wait. Thank you all for listening today. I know that whoever listened to this message will receive something out of it. If you're going through a struggle, if you're going through something, just pray and just wait for your season. Just wait for your moment. Be patient, and you'll see the fruits of your labor. I guarantee it. I can tell you. I can testify. So with that, I want to say thank you all for listening. But before I go, I want to introduce something different for next week. So please, under the video on Facebook or even on Instagram, send me a video of any topic you want me to introduce, any questions you might have. Like I said, I want to try to make this interactive now. So if you have any questions, if you have any new topics you want me to talk about, go ahead. Feel free to ask me and post it on Instagram, my forum. I will post it again here. I will show you again so that way you have it. That is my Instagram forum and my YouTube. Please feel free to ask me anything, and I will try my best to answer your questions or talk about those topics.